this is Christian Buckley with Collab Talk, and I'm here with the team from on the Diviz end, Tygraph, and talking about, so good event so far. I mean, we got one more day, but so far
it's been a great event.
Yeah. Highlights for you guys, conversations, anything that stood out, most interesting.
I had a really good session yesterday. Totally self-serving.
Yeah. You know, the piece on quantum physics in Satya's keynote was both fascinating, overwhelming, and scary.
Yeah.
You know, for a guy like me, I thought I was very interested, but at the same time, I wasn't making the link.
Yeah.
But
one of the best tweets of the entire event came from that, though, where somebody tweeted out the Oprah moment of everyone, a quantum computer under your seat. Quantum computers for everyone.
I just want to say,
Why is your seat cold?
I better say it now. I can't imagine anyone ever needing any more than 25 qubits.
so right now, cut down.
We're on record.
You know, the other thing, great tweet from that portion of the keynote was Apple made a phone with a notch. So we're making a quantum computer. So that's pretty.
That's good. But you guys,
There's been a lot of conversations about all the announcements. There have just been, it's kind of very stat-graded on the announcement side of the house.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of things, I think, are starting to finally come together. A nice, neatly integrated, seamless integration, not funky iframe type of integration in various components. And, listening to the Yammer event this afternoon, they're talking about having Teams or Yammer stream in the Teams session. And it's like, oh, brilliant, right?
Yeah.
It's really, and I've always said that the value of Microsoft is the stack. It's not, you take any component and stack against Yammer or whatever. It's not about that. It's about the seamless integration, the authentication rails that all work together.
and there have been a lot of problems. There have been gaps that are in there. In fact, several of my conversations, we interviewed, so Sue Hanley and I emailed this morning, so talking about Microsoft Graph and how the Graph is pulling these different pieces together. But you have and the Yammer conversation has been the fact that it is not yet in the substrate and be able to surface the data around that. That has been an issue for years that we've talked about. If it's separate, if what happens there can't be found anywhere else, and so
It's that satellite office.
right. Well, but it's not about the features. But it's about the bigger story. As knowledge management guys, and we all understand this, is that conversation is a knowledge asset. It's something that there has to be the ability to put those conversations wherever they're happening in that stack in context to my other assets.
Teams is a good example of that. I think the value of Teams, I think the reason it's picking up steam and it's as popular as it is, isn't because of the service it offers, which is conversations, another form of conversations, quick, whatever. It's the fact that we can have those tabs that look into the other services. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's certainly compelling. And we've got all of that and have that conversation now, pull out right beside, in our case, a Power BI report. We can now have a conversation right around it. It's easy, obvious, and because Teams, again, on the service level, all it is conversation. Right. But on the UI level, it's all of Office 365.
And the tab is good, and have the conversation side by side with it. The connector is better.
Yes.
And then the automation, the bot capability, and the two-way integration is even better than that.
Well, they didn't try to reinvent the wheel, right? They didn't.
Correct.
They didn't try to provide a service to do this and that, or wiki pages. Oh wait, I'm wrong.
Go use find the service, but go and be able to use what you're using, what is productive,
right,
in those teams.
Yeah, the way I sum that bit up, John, is it's an appealing, unifying construct. The teams.
I call it a construct as well.
Yeah,
it's a Tron. It's a Tron.
I agree with that
term. I love
exactly.
that.
But it really.
At least it's not a framework.
Yeah.
Or a platform.
It's a construct.
But it's a construct in the sense that these things weren't reinvented. They
That's
were
right.
pulled together. They're made visually appealing. It's channels is something we understand. But I'm going to just say that we heard a lot of Yammer really is not dead.
Again.
I have
Still
a
not
blog.
dead,
I have a
yeah.
blog coming out about Yammer and Teams hotter and better than peanut butter and chocolate. Because
It's getting hungry.
the investment that Yammer that's being made in Yammer assets is very obvious. Look at it from a SharePoint perspective. The new web part, the new part, having Yammer as part of the SharePoint page, it's beautiful. I mean, the way the conversation comes across that page, it's awesome. And that's something that is a reflection of the user community, Yammer, talking to the engineering guys and saying, look, this doesn't work, we got to have a better answer. And I think Yammer and SharePoint together, just like Yammer and Teams together, there's always this argument of should we go best of integration or best of breed? And what we're seeing is Microsoft making that investment towards best of integration.
Well, so another topic is, you guys are, having worked with you guys, thank you again for this ongoing sponsorship of the Cloud Talk Tweet Jams.
Our pleasure.
I don't know what the stats are at the end of today. I didn't look at it. Before the Tweet Jam today on day 4, we were at 7.6 million impressions for the first 3 days. And so my prediction was 12 to 15 million impressions for the whole week.
That sounds more right.
Yeah.
That's like 10% of the total impressions of the conference.
Right.
That's
was
pretty impressive.
And I haven't looked at the whole conference stats to see where Buckley Planet and CollabTech are, but we've been in the
You're up there.
top 5, top 10. We've never dropped off the top 20.
Yeah.
So for the last 3 weeks.
And that's without bots.
Right. Yeah. No bots. And I'm not a big retweeter like other people.
No, the number one tweeter on the list, about 90% of them are retweets.
Right.
But I show you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so that tool. I mean that status. I don't know. Again, I saw that it's what the number is for overall social activity.
One of the things I'll throw out there because I want to get it out there is it's interesting what the most frequent hashtags are.
Yeah.
And it's similar to last
And I've been
year.
tweeting that out for the last week, and I've not in the last couple days.
Yeah, I'm going to do
It's
that again
fascinating.
tomorrow. Yeah. But last year it was I think it was Office 365, SharePoint, and Azure. And they're all pretty closely bundled together. This year, when I last looked, it was up 7,000 for SharePoint, 4,000 for Office 365, 3,000 for Azure, and 2,000 for Teams. So Teams is coming right up there. That's a very hashtag. So yeah. So where are we at?
Yeah, let me see. Well, let me just pull it up on my phone. As you know, the Power BI mobile experience is but one of 3 possible choices. Available in desktop and as a service. So we're looking at
The
I'm looking
1-800
at,
number will be along the bottom of the video.
So can you expand that out because we're getting a little old with our eyes.
By morning, they'll be at 1 billion impressions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
With a B.
Yeah, last 24 hours, like 75.
I keep using it as an example just because I saw it, a news piece around it, that the Miss Universe pageant, for the entire event while that was happening, had 40 million impressions, and people were like, wow, it was on a news piece.
It'll be 1 billion.
Yeah.
It's at 900. It was at 960 million right now.
Yeah, 966.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's on the end of Thursday.
I think the other thing that
Do we give enough space for that in our graph?
It's good. One of the neat features is it'll resize automatically.
it'll turn over. But given the kind of the popularity, the way you just played out those terms of SharePoint
The top. Yeah.
is
It has been dominant too.
strong.
Well, what is it? I mean, how many times was it mentioned in the keynote versus where is it?
Right.
And that's not a slam. But,
There's just a lot happening in that space, and I know that
are we just that verbose? That's really verbose.
yes, but but despite that, I mean, there's a lot of activity happening in kind of our sector, and just why like the Chicago Ignite, people were saying, hey, there was a lack of some of it. There's still a lot of content. There always is around SharePoint, but it's one of the reasons why, as we all know, they announced that it's not a Microsoft event, it's third party, but Microsoft heavily supporting is the SharePoint conference North America, which is happening in Vegas in May. Right. Because there's such a demand for that, and the SharePoint people were
was pretty happy to announce that thing.
I think it's a SharePoint. I think that's what gets
that'll do it.
But besides that, I mean, it's just you're talking about collaboration technology, and we're more collaborative people. We just are for that. Just kind of, it doesn't surprise me that it's more heavily. There almost needs to be a weight applied.
It's like it's like the Yammer MVPs. They're fairly local.
Yeah. But so if you've not seen that, I don't know what the short URL is for people to go and find the overall stats. But
it's link.tygraph.com/ignite tweets, uppercase I, uppercase T.
And we'll include that out there, and I'll blog it, and I'll put it out there in the comments on YouTube and stuff for that. But
it's really fun to play with too, just toggling through the different pages,
slicing and dicing.
Right. It's Power BI, so it's if you've never played with Power BI, and it's all set to do that. To go in and even you go and can click on SharePoint as the number one topic, click on it and see then data
everything
related
cross
to that.
filters,
Correct. Yeah. So you can find that and go. If you were tweeting during the event, you can click on your name.
You'll find it.
And you'll find data in there. It's cool.
And there's 19,000 people that have it, or accounts, I should say.
Right. Yeah. So a lot going on around that. Where else can we guys find as we wrap this up? What else do you guys have going on? Because you guys had some other product.
We had announcements this week.
Yeah,
right.
We have more than just free products.
we have something you can pay for.
Yeah.
Well, we announced our tyGraph Pulse product in general availability. This week, Pulse covers a number of Office 365 workloads in order to really get a good baseline understanding of what's happening in your tenant. That guy is really the front door to our advanced analytic tools that we've had for some time now. tyGraph for Yammer, been in the market since 2014, tyGraph for SharePoint, and we've got some pilots going with some very specific requirements in the biotech industry for tyGraph for optimization.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This just makes sense.
Yeah.
And maybe something that rhymes with dreams.
Yeah.
As soon as we have
or
that.
seams
Seams.
of gold.
Yes.
So what John's alluding to is we definitely are ramping up our tyGraph for teams. Only thing holding us back, signals, baby. Got to have them. So we've had some really good conversation with the folks responsible for this, John especially. We've been able to talk to the Office 365 team, which is something we needed to do. A lot of people would, maybe when they're thinking about the adoption content pack, for example, which we'll get a rebrand here and be called Office 365 Usage Analytics.
Next year.
Yep.
It'll go GA beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like Q1.
early
Q1.
in the new year is the way I like to say it. But if I could just mention one thing that we're really proud of with regard to Pulse is that people are looking at the adoption content pack and they aren't satisfied with what they see there. Pulse would be a great place to go because one of the things, just to mention, and again, Microsoft's got a lot of data to collect for a lot of customers. They only have user level activity for the previous month, and we've engineered our solution to collect that data on a daily basis. So on day 2, we have more data than we have. Yeah. So
And we can drill down to a day level.
Right.
Complete time slicing for as long as you want to keep your data. So there's no month or 6-month limit to how much data you have.
yeah. So that's again, we wanted to give people that product. Got it wrong.
Yep. That's great. Do you guys have anything on the calendar now, like demo, like webinar or anything scheduled? Or
We will be announcing a couple in the next couple of weeks. We did have one other announcement, our reporting solution, which is Power BI embedded.
Oh.
So one of the challenges organizations have, especially with some of the new pricing models of Power BI, is sharing the tie graph inside the firewall to the various stakeholders. And so we've taken that friction away. It's basically now a login, and they can get row-level secure data. So that they can see what they can see within the confines of the product. So there's no security issues, and it's very seamless. It's designed for execs like me to get in, look, get out.
And you don't need a Power BI Pro license to use it, right?
Yeah, so it's a tie graph Office 365 reporting portal, and we're really trying to meet a market demand where people, our traditional customers, IT and community managers have gone wide and deep into Yammer, the bowels of the Yammer reporting APIs.
Yep.
Or I should say Yammer APIs, particular reporting part of it. But what we're finding is there's a ton of people that just want to, I just need information about my group, the tie graph way.
Yep.
That's what we've done.
I've asked a couple times and was thinking about tygraph when I asked this about whether the product team and Microsoft was considering opening up some APIs into the admin console itself to allow external services or products to be added in as part of that overall admin experience in context for that. Of course, you can always have that product in there and have a tile created that's part of your app launcher experience, right there by it. But having blended reports all up and having it there and being able to do things. I mean, there's nothing that I'm aware of on the roadmap for that. But it's nice just to talk about and kind of say, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had that? But anyway, that's a way that you can go and serve this up to your end users is by creating that tile, having it in there as part of that experience, so that they can go and pull those personal stats and team stats.
Yeah, totally get that, and we the waffle is the waffle is the waffle, and it's we took a hard look at that, and obviously it doesn't exist, but you can put you can serve your apps. This is a reporting portal specific to the reports that our customers want, not just Tiger for Yammer, but anything we can. We're getting really good at slinging PBIX files. This is the best, most efficient way. Power BI embedded is the real deal, right? And we're going to exploit that capability for our customers.
Yeah, we've been working with that team literally Upash since the beginning, and we've been following it, and we've been doing iterations, and we're finally at the point now where we've got some good, well-scaled customers that are using it in production. So we're confident to move forward to the next steps.
Very cool. Well, very exciting. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll have some other stuff. We'll have to here in the next couple of weeks, which I'll be on the road, but we'll have to do something where you actually walk through and demo stuff with screens. But we should just plan on that. As soon as I lock down my schedule, it'll be my evenings because I'll be 6 hours ahead in South Africa of you guys.
You're in South Africa.
Yeah,
We're familiar with time zones. We service the world.
Is it 6 hours from you guys? 5 hours?
Six
hours
right now.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out my schedule, my availability for the evenings to be able to schedule something. We'll have to do something and then do a webcast.
We really appreciate it.
I'll lock that stuff down early next week. Let's find a date in the next 2 weeks, and then let's go and do that. So, all right, thanks a lot. And you can find more information out on tiegraph.com. Anyways, how about individually find you via Twitter on?
I'm at S Dean Swann, 2 N's, bro.
It needs to be like this.
Yeah.
2 N's.
S Dean Swann.
Diver Down 1964, when your name's John White, you're going to have to come up with something. So you know what I like to do, and you know how old I am. And my blog is whitepages.unlimitedviz.com. You've got a blog.
Yes, thank you, John. sdean123.com. I'm getting visual. Let's get visual about Office 365.
That's great.
And my Twitter handle is actually easy because my name, contrary to yours, is very unique. So it's at Ed Senez, Senez, or Zed if you're from Canada.
Mine's long, and my Buckley Planet. It was actually, I was mocking my brother-in-law who created a website called Fisher Planet, and just as a joke I created Buckley Planet, and that was like 18 years ago, and I just never moved away from it. So that's why you shouldn't mock people.
Comes back to haunt you.
All right, well, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.